Going over to the Cultural Pride podcast, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger going on The View, saying immigrants should come here illegally, and they are mooing and where chickens go, squawking more than usual at The View. For a second, and they also bear a resemblance to them as well. Now, this is first brought to us thanks to Benny Johnson on X. He says, quote, "Everyone stop and watch this. Arnold Schwarzenegger, a legal immigrant, successful actor, and former California governor, has just left The View stunned. They attempted to get him to condemn ICE raids, and what did he do? He credited America for success, promoted legal immigration, and called out violent aliens. Absolute masterclass." Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger is also the douchebag during the pandemic lockdowns who said, "Screw your freedom. You need to stay inside and obey." Which was easy for him because he had a multi-million-dollar mansion and a lot of real estate. Not so much for the folks like me who are in apartments. I used to call it the sad single dad or sad divorced dad apartment because it was so small in my case for the apartment. But I partially digress. As youth might say, is at least based in this statement.
Self, you are an immigrant. You're an immigrant in this country. Yeah. Did you have a visceral reaction to what they're doing, what ICE is doing, when you see the videos of it?
Well, I tell you, you said that the immigrant. I'm so proud and happy that I was embraced by the American people like that. I mean, imagine I came over here with the age of 21, with absolutely nothing. And then to create a career like that. I mean, in no other country in the world could you do that. Yeah. Every single thing, if it's my bodybuilding career, if it's my acting career, becoming governor, the beautiful family that I've created, all of this is because of America.
That's true.
And so this is why I'm so happy to see firsthand that this is the greatest country in the world, and this is the land of opportunity. And I think because I'm such a proud American and a proud immigrant that came to America, I was asked to do, on July 4th, a big speech, the keynote speech at Mount Vernon, where George Washington was laid to rest, and where he lived and all that, to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America, the existence of America. And I will be doing the speech there. They asked me because I'm an immigrant, and there will be 7,000 some people there, and there will be people that will be sworn in and will become citizens that day.
That's great.
So it's really a great celebration. And this is what this is all about, is to celebrate people becoming Americans and coming to America and all that. And so I just think the world of the great kind of history that we have with immigrants in America. But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal. And those people that are doing illegal things in America and that are foreigners, they are not smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest.
Yep.
And you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can to keep things clean and to make my bed and to do everything that is...
One of the cows is putting their hoof on his shoulder or his arm, trying to, be like, "Stop, Arnold, stop."
It's the right thing to do rather than committing a crime or being abusive or something like that. So that doesn't really work in this country. So I think the important thing is when you become an immigrant, to think about...
they're on the balls of the hooves, ready to pounce.
Okay, I go to America because I want to use America for the great opportunities that America has in education, in jobs, creating a family, all of those kind of things. Then you have to think about, okay, if I get all of those things from America, then I have to give something back. You have a responsibility as an immigrant to give back to America and to pay back to America and to go and do something for your community for no money whatsoever. Give something back to after-school programs, Special Olympics, or whatever it is. Make this country a better place.
Arnold, don't forget.
Oh, yeah, she's about to say, don't forget Whoopi Goldberg. And yeah, it's definitely an old school mentality. My family came here from Cuba, and yeah, definitely more, well, maybe it's rose-tinted glasses, but yeah, people seem to be a lot more into assimilation and giving back in the day. Now, this went pretty viral, got 12.3 million views and 240,000 likes. Ben Johnson says, complete backfire, has a picture of, Whoopi Goldberg, which I guess in comparison makes me look like Brad Pitt. Well, bar, sure, but that got 12,000 likes, not me, but that. Space electrician says, quote, never thought I would get to see Terminator and Predator collaboration. You have Arnold Schwarzenegger looking at Whoopi Goldberg getting 8.3 thousand likes. Joel Murambe says, quote, legal immigrants are often the most opposed to illegal immigration. Democrats really seem to grasp this simple reality. Getting 7.2 thousand likes. Yep. Just go to Miami, where stereotypically a lot of Cubans are. We are. But yeah, the ones when we got here legally, I say we, my mom, not me. I was born in America. And yeah, they're very much fervently representing the American flag. You'll never meet a Cuban representing the Cuban flag, unless they're throwing it into the dustbin, as the British would say, or as Americans say, the trash where it belongs. Because it's a cotton dictatorship hellhole. Yeah. And we're pretty much, a lot of us are about legal immigration. Jen RX says, remember when he said, F your freedom? I do. Gain 1.4 thousand likes. I remember that as well. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger has seen the cultural shift in the United States and more people becoming based, obviously with Trump winning not just the electoral vote, but also the popular vote. And I think he knows a lot of, the top issue that Trump won on was immigration, and Arnold wants to be popular, so he's going to say things like this. Psycho Micro Futures says, quote, the host putting her hand on his shoulder, trying to get him to shut up because he was making sense, gained 3.1 thousand likes. Constantly underfoot says, quote, Sony Hostin's hand coming over in panic after, quote, the key thing is that we get to do things legally was priceless, gained 1.1 thousand likes. Debbie says, quote, not what Sonny wanted to hear, as you saw her put her hand on him like, excuse me, Mr. Legal Immigrant. Don't let him know you're talking about. Gained 692 likes. CTID says, quote, it's hilarious each time this sort of thing happens. Like, they honestly can't believe anyone would have a quote-unquote different view from them, getting 829 likes. Scrolling down more and more. Now, Kathy says, at no point does he defend the tactics used by ICE. He said what 99% of people left and right feel. Nobody wants criminals here, but not everyone is criminal. Getting 790 likes. Well, I would argue there are a lot of people who actually do want criminals here. Scrolling down more and more. Nordic Viking says, Whoopi doesn't look too happy. It's a screenshot from the Predator movie. Getting 1.2 thousand likes. Let's see here. Try to see if there's any contrarian statements. Anyone speaking up for the View? Arbor Medic says, Sonny trying to hold him back on debunking the invasion of our illegal immigrants. Getting 1,000 likes. Florida 1 says, not watching Arnold Schwarzenegger. He told us long ago, screw your freedom. Getting 259. Yep, make 250 likes. Dope memes, or memes as I like to call them because it sounds fancier, like Porsche versus Porsche, has a picture of E.T. with the meme saying, quote, the best illegal alien we ever had. Learned English and went home. Getting 762 likes. Isaac Settler says, quote, I'm a child of legal immigrants like me. It doesn't sound grammatically correct. I'm a child of legal immigrants like me. I'm pretty sure that most legal immigrants or their children are opposed to illegal immigration and support what Trump is doing. Getting 299, 300 likes. Ed Stantanchi says, quote, Arnold says that the USA is the greatest country in the world. The audience claps, yet those cackling hens at The View, who are all wealthy and all very much living privileged here lives, none of them even clap. They're a disgrace. Gains 920 likes. I believe there's a community note because he said cackling hens. Some of them are mooing cows. So just to full transparency, there's a community note there. Well, not really, but there should be. You also have Carol Mack says, quote, the man who once shouted, screw your freedoms, hard pass, getting 618 likes, 619 now. That's good. That's an interesting question. Do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger will ever regain his former fame? Again, he's still ridiculously famous and wealthy and popular, but the people that he did alienate during the pandemic lockdowns, do you think he'll ever be able to win those people back? Do one more comment here. Melanie McCollum says, quote, the hand appeared the minute they realized he was saying something that didn't fit their narrative. They thought having Mr. Screw Your Freedom on was going to be an easy win for them, but Mr. Legal Immigrant was the one who showed up instead, getting 2.3 thousand likes. Which I always thought a funny conspiracy theory about The View is that a very sexist man hosts it or pays to have it being produced, because on average, the most mentally vacuous of women are on The View hosting it, and they just make little women look really dumb. I mean, think, who was it? One of Joe Rogan's favorite comedians, Tom. What is it? He leaves me at the moment. But there's a very famous comedian, heavyweight or overweight white guy. Well, it doesn't narrow it down too much, but yeah, there's a very famous comedian who said there are a lot of funny, intelligent women on the world, but none of them have ever been on The View. So Yeah, there's always that conspiracy theory that, they're hosting it just to make women look bad. But let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.